You asked about this last week, and I told you I had to let it cook. It's cooked. Chat, it's time to see the bolt gun, the bolter brought to life. Brandon apparently got his hands on the Warhammer bolter brought to life. Are we ready for this, chat? Let's go. Lips. Professional streamer.
Quiet now, kitten. Daddy's having suicidal ideation. Gone! Meme review. What is up, you sexy YouTube mother lovers? Today, we've got a huge lineup. FN made the Warhammer 40k bolter in real life. Canada.
Oh, boy. Wow. Is that a 50 cal carbine? Are we getting a 50 cal carbine rifle? That's when fuck. No, that's a grenadier system. Oh, well, that's a grenade launcher. That is a magazine-fed grenade launcher. Oh my god, I'm so fucking wet right now. Oh my god. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, look at that. 30 cal magazine fed grenade launcher rifle. I am soaking wet right now. Holy fuck. I want to see this thing in practice. I hope to God one of our favorite gun tubers actually can, fire this thing. Oh my god.
Canada's being hella gay and CZ's helping them, the return of Marty Robbins, and more. But first off, the thing that nobody asked for but everybody was happy to see show up to the party, the company FN, which stands for Fabrique Nationale, as we say here in Texas, and not like a dirty Belgian. The company responsible for all sorts of cool shit ranging from the M240 Bravo, the P90, the 5.7, the SCAR 16, the SCAR 17, the SCAR 20S, the SCAR 15P, the PvP MVP in 4D. They've been dropping banger after banger for about a century of warfare now. And they decided, why fucking stop there? Apparently, we're going to make the bolter in real life. Now, people have compared a lot of firearms to the bolter, the AK-50 included, which I never felt quite deserved it, but this is the first firearm that's ever crossed my desk where I think, goddamn, that's a bolter. I mean, just look at it. The world is a cruel and unjust place. There is no harmony in the universe. The only constant is suffering. Minutes later. OMG, Nader Launcher. Yes, FN has made the announcement.
No, friend, no. OMG, Nader Launcher? Woo? Come on, Brandon, do you up with some on that?
Minutes later. OMG, Nader Launcher. Yes, FN has made the announcement that they have received a U.S. Army contract, specifically saying the future of Grenadier systems, the U.S. Army awards the FN PP on contract, which makes perfect sense because I'd love to put But seriously, for the last 20 years, FN's been putting the SCAR in basically every caliber. You got the SCAR 16 in 5.56, the SCAR 17 in 308, SCAR 20S in 308 and 6.5 Creedmoor, SCAR 15P in 5.56 and 300 Blackout. Now they're like, fuck it, let's just turn it into a grenade launcher. Like, don't just add a grenade launcher to the SCAR, which they've already fucking done. Let's just turn the SCAR into a grenade launcher itself. They've turned it into the multi-tool of munitions, and I am here for it. Also, I'm not sure I've ever heard of this contract. I didn't know if this is something that was being actually shopped by the U.S. Army, or if this is just the unsolicited dick pic of military contracts. If then just gave them a grenade launcher, like, hey, we designed this. I made this. Do you want? I showed you my 30mm grenade launcher. Please respond. And they did. And it's fucking awesome. FN is making an IRL bolt gun, and you're blackpilling? U.S. military. We wanted a 30 caliber Mark 18. FN. I thought you said 30mm. What a neat fucking design, though. Just looking at, I'm not going to go down the TISM hole yet. I'm just excited to check it out. I think it's pretty neat. FN, if there's any way I can get my hands on one of these, I would love to do a deep dive with it. In fact, I actually went straight to Twitter, or excuse me, X. I didn't mean to dead name it. And I asked below their announcement, hey Grok, What are the odds that FN America will let me play with their new SCAR grenade launcher? To which Skynet replied, based on your rep as a firearms YouTuber and past collabs in the industry, I'd estimate 60 to 70% odds if you pitch a review video.
Really?
To which I replied,
So you're telling
me there's a chance.
and a few days later, FN jumped in with this, which if I may speak directly to FN in regards to this,
Oh my.
I'm still haunted by the things that I've done for a Klondike bar. Those pale in comparison to what I would do to get my hands on this 30mm grenade launcher. England simulator. Just kidding, this isn't a defenseless European woman, this is TacPack. TacPack. TacPack is a monthly subscription service where you can get...
This is the R36 Eruptor from Helldivers 2. Nice.
You're not wrong, Revan. You're right. You're right, it is the Eruptor. Holy shit. Although... Do we know what caliber size the Eruptor is, though? What size caliber grenades it shoots? Because honestly, the Eruptor doesn't look that thick. I'm just saying, I don't think it's that thick.
Swag. Oh, fuck. Just
No,
the light over. SOG knives. Enforce license... Enforce lights, goddamn. Enforce lights and dry fire trainers. Rats, tourniquets, reptilia, pistol grips, and more. And breaking news, TacPack has never put out a box with this much value before. In all seriousness, if you use code READY556, you'll get $556 worth of gear in your first TacPack. The November box alone is worth $446, and if you use the code READY556 in November...
Yes, Mandawaki, 30mm and Blonde Rabbit. Thank you for the follow.
November, you'll get an extra $110 in free gear. It's a great deal to
mil.
jump in
Thank
on.
you,
We
Aki.
appreciate TacPack for sponsoring
Okay, so
the
half
video.
the size.
And as always, if you'd
Half
like
the
to
size,
start in
Revan.
gunsmithing and weapons technology, you can check out sdi.edu down in the links in the description and in the pinned comment. And now for something completely different. Marty Robbins meme. Who would win? A dangerous outlaw who has killed at least 20...
I promise. You don't need to do that. I love their memes. I promise. I'll keep watching the memes. You don't need to do that. I promise. I promise.
20 people who tried to get him and is not afraid of anything. Some stranger with a big iron on his hip. The results may shock you. Also, fun fact, last time I was in El Paso, I actually went to like the original Rose's Cantina. Like the bar that they talk about in the song. It's kind of cool. They've got like a little shrine to Marty Robbins there in the corner. It's kind of neat. I don't know. Anyhow, moving on. Breaking news. Canada is being big gay, and they're being helped out by the firearm industry. So you may or may not remember there's been some sweeping firearm legislation that has rocked Canada. Massive firearm bans for specific types of firearms, a ban on the transferring of ownership of any pistol across the board. It's straight up just terrible. Big F's in the chat for any of our Canadian brothers and sisters that still remain uncocked. At least their mindset remains
Thank you,
uncocked.
Brandon.
Their government cucked them pretty hard. But it turns out in Canada's effort to seize and destroy these firearms, they had a little bit of help. That came in the shape of CZ, which is a massive conglomerate, whether that be CZ USA or, in fact, Colt Canada. It appears that a private company within the firearms sector has been aiding and assisting the Canadian government in their gun.
Emo's so-called buyback of firearms from resellers and wholesalers has commenced. Wickle said some businesses have sent guns to Colt Canada as part of the program. They have apparently been overwhelmed by the volume. I've been also hearing, I haven't looked into this too much, but I have been hearing there is some significant pushback regarding the gun buybacks. I'm not sure if it's coming from within the government, but I do believe that there has been pushback regarding the firearms buyback.
Private company within the firearms sector has been aiding and assisting the Canadian government in their gun disarmament scheme, collecting the firearms that were confiscated and potentially destroying them. Admit to destroying 12,000 confiscated firearms. Hope that everyone will just forget and it doesn't backfire. CZUSA/Colt Canada. Yeah, they've been continuing to post on social media as if nothing's wrong and continuing to try to sell their bolt guns to the world. Turns out,
Not a great plan.
when you thought CZ was the in thing, CZ, every town for gun safety. Now, the CZ owners were always kind of like the hippie Portland coffee shop gun owners. At least that was the stereotype, you know? But for fuck's sake, if this is true, we really have to hold these companies accountable. Don't
Wait, hold up. Can you explain why business owners who ship their firearms to the collection point were told to send them to Colt Canada address? No, if those speak on behalf of the members of Colt, please feel, oh, fuck's sake.
accountable. Don't get mad at me for pointing out shit people are doing. Get mad at the companies for doing shit we don't like. If you're a company that's going to gladly profit off of private gun ownership while also profiting off of disarming the civilian population.
No, Shadow, it's basically what's the bad is it's Canada's government trying to disarm its populace. It's basically enacting new laws, it's banning more and more firearms, and it's effectively trying to disarm its population. Which, if you're not aware, there is companies are bending the knee and helping them out with it, and they are basically going directly against what the population of Canada wants, because the people of Canada don't want this. The people of Canada do not want to be disarmed like this. Because aside from the fact of self-protection, leave us not forget, like, Canada has a very robust hunting culture. Like, we saw one of the other videos that like some provinces have a great deal of firearms in their home for protection and for hunting. So yeah, the people of Canada, well, Banderwalkie, but they voted for them, but they also got bamboozled by the people they voted for. Because the people they voted for, I'm guessing, probably didn't say that they planned on doing this firearm regulation. This is something that got pulled out after they got elected into office. And the problem is, when you come, and this is true for any voting, is if the candidate doesn't talk about it, or if the candidates, plural, don't talk about it, you don't know who the fuck to vote for. And if you just go, well, I don't trust any of them, so I'm not going to vote for any of them, well, someone's still going to get in, and that's someone that may fuck you in the ass after they've been voted in, because even if you're like, I don't trust any of them, so I don't know who the fuck to vote for, regardless, they're gonna fuck you in the ass regardless. And I just double worded. I'm fucking cooked. So that's the thing. You could, like, the excuse of, well, you voted for them. I'm sorry, that doesn't work anymore because you don't have a good choice anymore. There's no good choices in politics for who to put into office because they're all fucking corrupt. They all want to take away people's rights. They all want to basically flood the country with illegals and just overrun the country with immigration. Like, there are no good choices anymore. And that's the problem. So saying like, oh, you voted for this, well, who else were the fuck were they supposed to vote for? It is when you are given no good choices, the whole you get what you vote for doesn't fucking work anymore. It's, well, like Banderwalkie, but that's not a solution either, because there's something else that I know you're faking of is going to cause so much more pain, so much more hardship, and so many people are going to lose their lives. It's, again, I'm not trying to proclaim I am some political genius that I have an answer to this, but I can see the problems, and I will point out the problems, even if I don't have the answers to them. I'll still point out the problems because they need to be pointed out. And God willing, someone a hell of a lot smarter than me can come up with a solution that is beneficial to the people and not the corrupt politicians. That's all I can do. All I can do is I can point out where I can see the issues, and I have to hope that someone that a hell of a lot smarter than me has a solution that will work.
Fuck you. And if you're madder at me for talking shit about CZ than you are mad at them for doing this in the first place, fuck you harder. When the big, bad, mean, perfectly objective YouTuber says horrible, nasty things, valid complaints, about your favorite gun, you're just attached to it, and that's okay. Yeah, Go listen to the fucking Lumineers and cry yourself to sleep, fat. CZ, SIG, Colt, Palmetto State Armory. Now look, I have my complaints about Palmetto State Armory, but I mean, shit, they've never been on the side of civilian gun disarmament, so... In fact, I have many complaints about PSA, but none of them are ownership. For all of their faults, PSA is pretty fucking based. A lot of people ask me my opinion on like the PSA AKs and stuff like that, and for the love of God, there is a video coming on that, and it cannot come soon enough. Got a lot of things to say, got a lot of criticisms, but all of them are because I want that company to succeed, because, yeah, their whole MO is that they want more people to be affordably armed, and I think that's pretty cool. I just want to make sure that we're arming people with guns that are good. It's a long way of saying we're on the same team. Because if you don't believe in the benefits of an armed civilian population, you might want to crack open a history book. We don't need to worry about the government using violence against its own people. Killing civil rights activists, the MOVE bombing, Waco, war on drugs, Ruby Ridge, the list goes on and on and on and on. In the words of my biological son, Wendigoon, in case you ever find yourself thinking the government would never... Oh, yes, they would. But now off the serious shit, let's move into some other gun memes. Dudes, when they buy their first gun. Autism announcement. This is my new favorite recurring bit. We might keep this around.
Oh my God.
If you grew up in a household that watched Fox News, you immediately, like, this is like a Pavlovian trigger for you. I actually love this meme format so much, I used it to announce, I have acquired another World War I machine gun. In fact, it's technically a lie. I acquired 2. I'm looking forward to doing videos on both of these, but I picked up an MG0815, which is basically just like a somewhat shrunk down Maxim gun that was like revolutionary to the idea of a light machine gun. But I also picked up a kit for an MP18, which if you are morbidly autistic about World War I submachine guns or have ever played Battlefield 1, you'll recognize immediately. I'm not gonna go too far into it, but man, I'm fucking excited to break those down because those are just, it makes my tism tingle. And yes, the MP18 I did get on Gun Broker because I have a problem.
Lizard.
And if you would like to actually come out and shoot some of the machine guns in my personal collection, as well as a bunch of other guns that are fucking awesome, I'm happy to announce the new giveaway for my congressional campaign is 2 tickets to me and Cody's Influencer Range Day. You might know by now we do this every year. We do a private machine gun shoot every year with just all of our like YouTuber friends, influencers, celebrities, UFC fighters, whatever. We just hang out, have a good time, and shoot a bunch of your favorite machine guns around some of your favorite people. And this year, for the first time, we're doing it not in Texas, but in beautiful Las Vegas. It's gonna be our biggest one ever. It's gonna be a really good time. And every donation made to the campaign in increments of $5 will be entered to win. So $5.
So they're holding range day in Las Vegas. Do you think that's going to make it better or worse than when they hold it in Texas? I wonder. I can't help but wonder if it would be if it would be more fun in Texas. Something, I don't know. Something in my gut just tells me that it'll be more fun in Texas versus, on their own ranges. Versus being in Vegas. Yeah. This is true, Atanashi. They can have like topless dancers on for range day, so could be fun.
$1 is 1 entry, $10 is 2 entries, $500 is 100 entries, and so on. It's gonna be a great time, and we'll pay for you and a guest to come out and hang out with us, all the boys, and shoot some really cool stuff. All while benefiting a great cause of getting an anti-gun swamp creature out of DC and putting somebody like me in. Because together as a community, apes together strong. $10 million of Uniparty money, Brandon Herrera. Autistic meme lords, the fat electrician, every Texan in the 23rd Congressional District who loves America.
I gotta move out of the way. Look how he's got nicked. It's giant, man. I love it.
I know I haven't really given an update on the campaign so far, and that will be coming soon. But we've been hard at work making sure that Operation Rocky 2 is in full swing. that just about wraps things up for us this episode. By the way, if you want to catch me and the crew here in San Antonio, we're doing an unsubscribed live show. I'll leave the links down in the description and the pinned comment for that. It's going to be the first leg of our live show, which means it's going to be unrehearsed and pretty fucking raw. Come hang out with us. Have a great time at the beautiful Majestic Theater.
Holy
if you want to grab
shit.
tickets, be sure to use the link because there's a bunch of ticket scalpers and people that are just trying to make a quick dime. We try really hard to keep our ticket prices reasonable for you guys, and I hate to see people getting scalped for 5-10 times what we sell the tickets for. So if you want to see me and the rest of the unsubscribed crew perform live here in San Antonio, you can check out the links in the description and the pinned comment. Other than that, I appreciate you guys staying all the way to the end of this episode of Gun Meme Review. We've got some really fun content coming up, but until then, I appreciate you staying all the way to the end, and I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks.
Fuel is my obsession to make the perfect weapon, like Rasputin's rise to the top.
I'm happy to announce the new giveaway for the campaign is actually 2 tickets to come out.
Phrasing?
Well,
Fuck off.